DJ here, and this is Life Monsters with DJ. Remember to like, subscribe, and go back to listen to the previous episodes to get my full story. Today's monster is substance abuse, and I experienced this through a former manager. Let's just say she was a recreational user and was very open in stating it. We're talking about Willie Nelson, loving, Jimmy Buffett concert attended, Bob Marley worshipping type of individual. Firstly, it's perfectly legal here where I am, so there is no judgment around that. However, what I experienced was a literal Dr. Jekyll and Ms. Hyde experience. I couldn't know for sure which personality I was getting on what day, and I started to correlate it to when I think she had a good high versus a bad high the night before. She could be nice, amicable, very engaging one day, and the next be stomping through the office and overly critical and irritable. It was crazy town. The rest of the team that worked under her would each give a heads up to the others when we observed that she was tripping. I don't know her backstory, just knew that she started indulging at a very early age, and that it was more than recreation, but a full-blown habit. I think she had to get high, like she needed to drink water. It made the working experience very confusing. This person had some really good qualities and provided great training and advice that I value to this very day. However, they allowed a personal indulgence to influence their mood to the point that sometimes she made working for her a downright miserable experience. Crazy thing is, she was not the worst boss I had, as I've had managers who I thought were lazy, clueless, and extreme micromanagers. However, the constant roller coaster and almost bipolar setting took a lot to overcome and remain professional. I know it easier said than done to control our indulgences, as our addictions in the end control our choices and behavior. She probably doesn't know to this day that those erratic mood swings just took me back to my childhood, except that this was in somewhat of a controlled working environment. Once again, just like dealing with my father, I was able to successfully navigate around this individual until they left the company. However, the next monsters that I would say that I experienced showed up in my own house, in the person that is the closest to me. I would say that these monsters have caused me the most psychological damage. See you next time.